Hey everyone, Austin here again, back with a Let's Play walkthrough, this time of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this was a game that I've known about for quite some time now, but I just sort of shrugged it off as a potentially basic, boring, why bother with it kind of fighting game for the NES. Not that the NES is really known for fighting games to begin with. This is one, and I always just figured, why play this when I can play Street Fighter 2, or I can play the 16-bit Tournament Fighters games? Like, why even try this? Well, out of sheer boredom the other night, I decided to fire it up, and lo and behold, I ended up actually really enjoying this game. It's not too complex. It only took me a few minutes to figure it out, but then it took me a couple hours to figure out the AI and get used to, the movesets and just get better at the game in general. But I got sucked into it, and I had a really good time overall. So much so I went back to it a second night and just kept playing it some more to practice it. And here we are now with a Let's Play walkthrough of it. Yeah, Tournament Fighters is actually a really cool game. It's got some really big sprites, so it's got some really nice graphics. It's got some decent music here and there. I mean, it is a Konami game. Konami games usually have decent music on NES. And it's got some really tight gameplay. And there's actually a lot of character variety as well. In terms of like specific moves and ultra attacks and things like that. It's got a lot of modes. You can play story mode to try to go through the game and get an ending, which is what we're going to be doing today. You've got multiple difficulty levels. You've got a versus mode where you can play against the CPU or another human player. It's got all your typical options that you've had back in the day, like handicap options, stage select, things like that. And it's a fully fledged package. And if I had this game back in the day and I had friends to play it with, I'm sure I would have loved it. Because again, it is a really solid effort here. Alright, so before we actually jump into the gameplay itself, I am going to be playing this on hard mode. Hard mode is going to make it so it's really difficult to explain basic moves and stuff like that and have it just really resonate with you guys. So what we're going to do is just talk about the basic moveset before we actually jump into the main playthrough itself. So TMNT Tournament Fighters, it has two buttons. It's got A and B. A kicks and B punches. Now you can do both of them in the air. The jumping punch, not so useful. The jump kick is pretty useful. You can also duck and press either button to do a ducking punch or a ducking kick. I do find the ducking kick the most useful because it hits the lowest, and the AI seems to have trouble blocking like super low attacks on the ground itself. You can also double tap forward to run, which is really cool. And if you press the punch button while you're running, you'll do a really nice shoulder slam, which is quite useful on easy and normal. If you press kick, you'll do a running kick, which is also nice, but I generally prefer the shoulder slam myself. Now, about halfway through the match, Splinter will come out and he'll drop this little red orb. And if you press down and punch to grab the red orb, you can do an ultra attack. And for Donatello, it's quarter circle forward and punch, and he'll basically throw a projectile across the screen. The same sort of thing for all the other characters in the game. They have different projectiles that'll come out when they do their ultras. So if you're playing in versus mode, not story mode, you can try to experiment with some of the other non-turtle characters and see what their ultras are. It's pretty neat stuff. Now, every turtle has one special move. I know that sounds very basic, just one special move, but it's extremely important that you get to know what that special move is. Now, your characters can throw in this game. You just press forward or back with punch. Now, you have to be really, really careful about using certain moves on hard mode in particular because the enemies will block them and then punish you with the throw. The throw is one of the most powerful moves in the game. While most of your standard attacks, your basic punches and kicks don't do a lot of damage, the throw does. Okay, so with that, we're in the options menu here. What we're going to do is actually just switch over to hard mode. The timer is actually defaulted to 60 seconds. You can put it up to 99 or infinite, or down to 45 if you want. I'm going to leave it on the default 60 seconds just so we can play through this on the default, settings. And around the 20-second mark, you will hear like a chime that lets you know that time is, running out. So don't let that, put pressure on you. Let's go ahead and just hit start on story mode here. And in story mode, you have to pick one of the turtles. You cannot pick one of the other three boss characters, as I'm going to call them in this playthrough. So again, we're going to play as Donatello. and you basically fight through the other turtles from left to right. So we start off with Leo, and honestly, Leo is the hardest character in this playthrough. And what I want to do is just, no pun intended, turtle up, as they call it in fighting games. And I want to basically just bait Leo into doing a jump or his downward slide. And if he jumps and he jumps towards me, I can do my my special attack. And we're just gonna wait. It's just all about patience on a hard mode here. Boom. Oh, I messed it up. I messed up my move. And when he does his special, you just want to keep blocking it, and there we go. I blocked his downward slide, and then I just countered it with my special. I'm just gonna call it special for the whole playthrough. And I just like to poke him with my ducking punch and ducking kick, and there's Splinter right there. He's gonna drop the orb. And the orb is actually pretty nice if you can get it, because it can do a ton of damage. And look at that, I just did a lot of damage. But again, I was really tempted to shoulder slam him, and don't shoulder slam Leo. He always blocks it on hard mode, and he always punishes it with a throw. And the throw does, like, it's like a good chunk of health. It's like probably a fifth of my health bar. So, yeah, good first round against Leo, which is good. And as you can see, you get some points. So if you're trying to play against friends and have a high score competition in this game, the more close to flawless victories you get, the more points you get. And there we go. We just punished his blocked slide attack with my special. Ooh, and he just ran up and just threw me. Oh, and again, look at that throw damage. It is it's a lot of damage. Oh yeah, one move I actually didn't mention earlier is that if a character tries to jump in at you and you just stand and you press kick or jump, you will do an anti-air kick or jump. That's something that is definitely worth noting. I'm gonna let him just pick that up. It doesn't really bother me if he does. There he goes. And he always does the shoulder slam, which I can punish. I can block the shoulder slam just like he can block mine. I can block his. Let's see if we can do it again. Is he gonna pick it up? All right, pick it up, Leo. Shoulder slam, and well, his shoulder slam doesn't go all the way across the screen. It goes about, I don't know, a third of the way across the screen. So I was expecting him to hit me, and then I could block it and then counterattack, but it didn't work that way. But he ended up doing a standing kick, and I was able to punish that with my special. Now, what's actually really funny about hard mode with Donatello in particular is that Leo is really hard, but the other characters are like really easy. They just don't want to block his downward part of his special. And so what we're gonna do is just kind of like spam our attacks. Now you gotta be careful with Raph. He's a biter. So like Leo likes to throw you, Raph doesn't really have a throw. He has a bite. He grabs you and just eats you to pieces basically. Ooh, he actually didn't get hit by that. Interesting. And you'll also notice that my attack here with Donatello, the special, has a really big hitbox. And I went ahead and grabbed the orb, which allowed me to do my Ultra, which is a nice straight projectile across the screen. The AI has a tendency of just running straight into the projectile. So, you know, if you get the orb, definitely use it. Definitely use it. I don't actually rush for the orb because I find Donatello's special is even better overall. Look at that. I still hit him, even though there's a huge gap between me and him. And he didn't block the downward part. Something I also wanted to mention is that Raph was actually dizzied in the first round there. Characters can get dizzy in this, just like in Street Fighter 2. And there we go. Just being super aggressive with this. And I countered his special with it. Now you'll also notice that when you make contact with your opponents, you'll see these little stars appear. So the little blue stars indicates that they're blocking your attack, and when there's more of like a sort of a yellow or orangish star, that means you're actually doing damage. Either light little chip damage when they're blocking, like in Street Fighter 2, or you're doing an actual hit that deals real damage. So again, Michelangelo, much like Raphael, we're just going to be a little aggressive with our special here. Just do the anti-air with it if he jumps in, that's the ideal scenario. That's just the easiest way to hit them. And then when he does his special, after the second hit that you block, you can just counter it with your special. Let's see if we can grab this. Boom, got it. Ooh, not quite a flawless victory either, because I did block his special. When you block special attacks, you do take what's called chip damage. Basically meaning, even though you've blocked it, you still take a little bit of health loss. Not Clay Fighter style health loss, where it's basically like normal damage, but it is still something, so. And we're just gonna do it again. And again, look at that, they have a tendency of just not blocking the low attack. Leo does, which is why you don't want to do this against Leo. You want to, you know, bait Leo into, you know, specific attacks that you can block. Oops. Alright, there we go. Got it, and got the orb too. Now, if you get hit, like if he hits me with his special and I've got the orb gets knocked out of me. So if you're playing like against a human, you want to keep that in mind when you're fighting your friends. I wonder if anybody still plays this game, and you know, as of the year of me doing this video. But yeah, this is a bonus stage, so you know, we just want to go ahead and bust through all these walls. We get points for every hit. And for me, I just like to use Donatello's special. Again, down for 2 seconds or so, or less, a second and a half, and then kick. So, I'm tempted to say low kick, high kick, but no, it's Tournament Fighters on NES, it's literally a 2-button game. It doesn't use select, it doesn't use start for attacks. Start does pause, but it's not like Street Fighter, you know, 2 on Genesis, where it switches movesets or something like that if you're on a 3-button controller. Yeah, very basic stuff here, but it's just a really fun game. And it's probably even more fun against a human player, where you can just like go crazy with like, you know, running and shoulder slams and stuff like that. So alright, we got Casey Jones here. Casey likes to jump in a lot, and so what we're gonna do is just try to just kind of wait for him and then just counter, just like so. Now the hardest guy in the game to be consistent at is Hothead. He comes after Casey. And so that's going to be the make or break for us when we're playing through this. And look at that, that was a perfect victory. You'll get an extra 20,000 points in bonus for getting a perfect victory. So that's nice. Get some good points there. Yep, and there we go. So 24,000 points in bonus. And again, we're going to do the exact same thing. Just wait for Casey to jump in. Now, Casey's got his really nasty special move where he jumps over you and basically sort of causes a little bit of a whirlwind, and it stuns you in place. And, you know, I think it's the only attack in the game that actually freezes a turtle completely. Wow, another perfect. Casey's a really easy fight. If you just wait, he just always likes to jump in. I'm making this game look extremely basic, but trust me when I say if you just try going at it with just like regular moves, the AI can get really aggressive and be really mean in this game. But again, the single player is about finding the weakness in the AI. Alright, so Hothead, again, a little bit of the same thing. I kind of want to wait. And if I do that at the wrong time, he punishes it. And what he likes to do is that fire attack. And he just punished it with another throw again. Okay, anti-air. Anti-air. What I'd like to do is go over his fire, just like that. But it's hard to predict. It's a little unpredictable. And I will definitely take that, thank you, because he's done a lot of damage to me already. Oh, and he threw me again. Look at that throw damage. It's really crazy. Okay, got it. Whew. Hothead is the one character in this game that still puts me on edge, because it's, you know, if he does his fire on the ground, I want to go up and over. But it comes out so fast, it's hard to react to it. And I also want him to jump. But again, a lot of times he doesn't jump until he's like already right in front of me. So there's the fire, maybe he'll do it again. Yep, and he just did it again. That's exactly what I want to do. And then I'll just jump back. And it's entirely possible that you might be able to bait, you know, the AI to do specific moves based on like specific button presses. And you just punished me again. Do fire. Okay, did the fire. Very good. Oh, and that was... I did that way too late. Fire? Oh, and he got me. Hothead, Hothead, Hothead. Alright, well, let's see if we can get this again. That puts me a little on edge because, again, you get no continues on a hard mode. 0. So, let's go ahead and just try to jump back a little bit. Is he gonna do fire again? Oh, okay, that was lucky. Alright, fire. That's exactly what I want. That or jumping. Jumping's good too. Do some damage. And again, it almost seems like I can bait him into doing that. Like I'm kicking on the ground. Alright, he did the fire. Yeah, one trick for fighting games back in the day, and I'm sure this is still a thing now, is they like to read your inputs. Alright, very nice. Got him. It's all about being patient. You have to be patient and react to his attack. Don't go in like, you know, arms swinging. You just want to sit back, wait for him to do something, and then counterattack. So you can sort of tell he's going to do his fire because he gets on the ground and like ducks, and you can tell that he's about to shoot fire onto the ground. Alright, and Shredder has some very dangerous moves as well, which is, again, against him is the reason why we don't want to just run in, you know, guns blazing and whatever. So, again, what I want to do is just sort of sit back and just watch what he does and then counterattack. He does that ground attack, which I can just go right over. And then that move right there, he just punches a bunch of times, E Honda style. And then I can just counter it. Ooh, he threw me, not good. Anti-air, which is fine. Alright, counter that. And I actually kind of messed up that counter, unfortunately. That's fine. Counter that. Just go right over it. And again. Making it too easy, Shredder. Got him with my Ultra. So I basically tanked a hit there. I like, intentionally got damaged by his projectile, but I hit him with my projectile, my Ultra attack. So the Ultras they can do really good damage in this game. Alright, we're going to do that again, hopefully. Alright, got him with the slide kick. Like, Donatello's special is just, it's too good, honestly. It goes up and over, and it goes like halfway across the screen on the ground. It's just amazing. Alright, anti-air, we got it. Got him with my, my Ultra. Just blocking, just taking my time. Got him. And that's TMNT Tournament Fighters for the NES. I know, not exactly a super long or complex or convoluted Let's Play. This was 25 minutes after explanation and whatnot, but yeah, I'm just glad to be able to show this game off because, like I said, I learned it just the other night, and I just had a really good time with it, and it's just a really fun game once you get into it and you learn how things work. So the picture and text ending here is exactly the same as it is on normal, so if you're struggling to beat this on hard mode, you're not really missing a whole lot. However, you do get ending credits now, so if you want to see who made the game, you can actually see that now after beating it on hard mode. And Splinter comes out here and talks to you for a quick second, basically says, hey, good job guys, it's party time, go play some NES, eat some pizza, like it's 1989 or something like that. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of other things to talk about this game while the credits roll out, but it's not really much else to say. Again, there is a versus mode. You can play with another human being if you want. One thing that's really cool is actually the tournament mode is, it's your stock standard tournament mode from that you had in a lot of fighting games in the early 90s. But what's cool about this one, and I'm not sure how many others you could do this in, but you could set all the opponents, all the participants to CPU only. So you can run the tournament without even having human players in there, and you can just watch the AI duke it out. It's like that's pretty cool to me. Like if I had like a game party or something, I'd put like a tournament in on the NES and just have it playing like on the TV in the background. That'd be pretty cool. But Yeah, pretty neat feature. But yeah, that is TMNT Tournament Fighters for the NES. If you guys have any questions or comments about this game, feel free to drop them down below. If you made it to this point in the video, please let me know in the comment section as well. And say, hey, that was a fun Let's Play. I'd like to see more, that sort of thing. And then maybe I'll make more. So, but yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Not really much else to say, so thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I've got a lot of Let's Plays like this and more to come. I've also got some other interesting videos I posted recently, me trying to beat games with really weird controllers, so you know, go check out that series as well if you like this format. And I thought that was really fun to do. It's fun to watch. So yeah, go check it out maybe. For everyone already subbed, thank you for your continued support. I appreciate it. And I guess until the next one, take it easy.